Hi, Nick Huston here for Gotham Sound and Communications. Happy Halloween. Today we're celebrating Halloween with a new addition to the Sound Devices 8 series / Scorpio line. Scorpio's over here, 833's over here. The Sound Devices 888. This is our demo unit. It just walked in the door, so we're going to open it up. I'll show you some of the pieces and parts. The software is the same as the 833 and the Scorpio, so we'll do a little comparison on the hardware so you can help figure out which one is best for you. All right, so using scissors this time to open, and let's go for it. All right. By the way, while we're doing the unboxing, if you have any comments, questions, anything that you want to have answered by the end of the video, please leave it in the comments, wherever the comments may be. And if we don't get to it in the normal course of things, we will we'll get to it at the end. All right, so inside the 888 box, we've got the 888. This is Velcroed on here. Hold on. This is Velcroed on here. That's exciting. And this is a power supply. So the TA4 power supply, as we know from the Scorpio and the 833, the 8 series takes a TA3 or TA4 connector, but that is neat that they Velcroed it into the box like that. So we'll move that off to the side. And what else do we have? We have all of our, we have our Bluetooth antenna. Boy, this packaging is difficult. We got stickers. There we go. We can decorate with that. And we've got, registration and warranty. The one thing I don't see in here, and there's the AC cable. Perfect. So AC cable for the power supply. Fantastic. So we'll get rid of the box. We'll get into the 888 itself. Alrighty. And there it is. So right off the bat, we'll just take a look at the front, and then we'll go side to side. So if we take a look at the front, you can see that there are 8 trim pots. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then 8 mixing pots, 4 large, 4 small, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So these will be your mixing controls if you're mixing on the unit itself. So that's one of the features of the 8 series is you've got both the trim and the fader controls on the front. You've got your transport control, record, play, back, forward. You've got your selector knob, meter changing, menu button, on off switch, all these multifunction buttons that are slate mic and tone, programmable, and then your headphone monitoring your return or going straight to your favorite. On the input side, we've got 8 mic line switchable inputs. So these are the new Sound Devices preamps, same as in the Scorpio and the 833, but you've got 8 of them, 4 on XLR, 4 on TA3. These are fully routable, so if for some reason you wanted to have, input 1 going to fader 8, you could do that, which you could not do on some of the previous models. You've also got the same COM return that you've got on the Scorpio, and also the same option for headset microphone, as well as output 7 and 8 on this side that can be used for headphones. On the output side, we've got our Bluetooth antenna port that'll be used for the SD remote app, or can be used for the SD remote app as soon as it is ready for Bluetooth. You've got your cover for 2 SD cards, SD card 1 and 2. Should mention that this also has an internal hard drive, SSD, 256 gigabytes. We've got our USB, so USB to attach to an external control surface, or USB to attach to a computer. We've got our TA4 input there, and that would be to connect to your BDS or your cart power, or whatever it is you're using to power it. You can plug in right there. Time code, word clock, and general GPIO right there. More full-size 1/4-inch headphone jack, outputs 5 and 6, and then you've got outputs the auxiliary outputs 1 through 4 are all on balanced TA3s. And then you've got your left and right. So you've got 2 returns, A and B. And then on the back, you'll notice you've still got space for 2 Sony L-series batteries that can be removed by here. And then added on, here is the Dante. So here are the big differences. So we made a chart. So let's bring up the chart to talk about the chart. So differences between the 888, 833 and Scorpio. The Scorpio is is the biggest. It's got the most amount of inputs. The 888's in the middle, and the 833 is the smallest and lightest and least expensive. So big things. The 833 has 6 mic line switchable inputs. The 888 has 8, and the Scorpio has 16. In terms of output, the 833 has 2 XLR, 2 TA3, and 1 stereo mini. The 888 adds 2 to the TA3 and 1 to the stereo mini. And the Scorpio has a Hiroshi 10-pin, 2 additional TA3s for 6. The 833 has no Dante whatsoever. So only the Scorpio and the 888 have the Dante. The 888 is limited to 16 channels of Dante, while the Scorpio can do 32. In terms of buses, and that's the internal routing that you can do, which it can come in very handy. The 833 has 6, the 888 has 10, and the Scorpio has 12. So for creating all your little submixes and things you want to send places, whether it's to tracks or to comms or however, you've got those many buses. And in terms of tracks, the 833 can record a total of 12 tracks. So that's 8 analog inputs, or 8 combination of inputs, and then 4 mixed tracks. The 888 can do 20, so that would be any combination of the Dante and the analog or digital inputs, plus 4 mixed down tracks. And then the Scorpio can do 36 channels, so that's again combination of Dante and digital and analog and whatnot. As you can see, and let's just cut back to this for a minute, they're all different sizes. And look at this, it's small, medium, and large. And as you might guess, one weighs less than the other, which weighs less than the other. So if you bring up the chart one more time, you can just take a look at the comparison of the weight. The 830, all of this is without batteries, but the 833 is certainly the lightest, weighing in at just under 3 pounds. The 888 is 4 pounds, and then the Scorpio is 5.8. So, depending on your application and the strength of your back or the quality of your harness, you may want to consider something lighter or something heavier, or however. And then they're also pretty different in terms of price. The 833 is the least expensive at just under $4,000. The additional mic pre's and the Dante for the 888 brings it up to just under $7,000. And then the Scorpio, being kind of the flagship, or not kind of the flagship, comes in at $9,000. So since we're here, let's do just a little bit of actual looking. So I want to just do a little stacking for fun. So as you can see, and this is a bit of a weird reverse pyramid I've created, the Scorpio is going to have the most number of analog controls built in, where the 888 again is in the middle. But the 888 is really just one more than the 833 in terms of analog controls. Or actually, no, sorry, it's 2 more because there's 2 sets, but it's just slightly wider. The other thing I want to take a look at is really the output side. So as we can see, the connectivity, and we should update that chart because the Scorpio's got 2 of these 10 pins out. So the Scorpio, if you need to send things to a lot of places, if you're somebody who does a lot of multi-camera things, a lot of hardwire things, news, sit-down interviews, things like that, having multiple 10 pins built in is ideal. If you don't do that and you don't need that many outputs and you want something smaller, you could obviously go with something smaller. But so you'll see that it really walks down from having 6 auxiliary outputs to 4, and then to 2. And these are counting this as the balanced auxiliary outputs in addition to your standard left and right. So you can see that. And then if we flip the back around, just notice that they're very similar, but the 833 has no Dante. The 888 has 1 Dante port, and the Scorpio has 2. So you can do a primary and a secondary on Dante, or you could do a loop through and connect multiple devices through the Scorpio. So it's a little bit different. And the other thing about the Scorpio that both the 888 and the 833 don't have is this has a redundant external power supply. So let's say you, so with the Scorpio, you can have power coming from 3 different places, L series, this power supply, and the one on the side. With the other two, the ones that begin with 8, you've just got the batteries and the power supply on the side. And last but not least, just for fun, we'll look at this side panel here. Okay, and you can just see, Scorpio's got the max number of inputs, the headset mic, the headphones, and the comm return, and then the 888, they're all the same. So that is a quick nutshell of a difference of all these. So we'll move, oh, wait, other big thing. Now keep that shot, go to the wide shot. Okay, so the other thing between the 888, the 833, and the Scorpio is you'll notice that this one has a scorpion on it. It's a little different. That's all. Anyway, so that's what I got. This does have the little tab on the top for some kind of future expansion. The SL 275 or whatever is going to be announced at some point, but we do know there's going to be a separate AES input that will utilize this. We don't know when, we don't know where, we don't know how, but Sound Devices has told us. And since we're here, and if anybody has any questions or wants to see anything, now would be a great time.
We do have a few questions.
Great.
Jonathan asks, aside from the inputs 1 through 8 and Dante, can the returns be used as an additional recorded input track?
No, that is a different, so on the 833, and that's a great question, on the 833, let's check it out. It's not in the spec, but on the 833, it's something that they advertise that you can take the returns from here and route that to a track. So I do not believe that is the case with the 888, but let's figure it out. First, I'm going to decrease the brightness so we can actually see it, or else Jared will come and kill me. Right, Jared? Yep. That's right. Okay. There we go. How's that, buddy? Is that good? You happy? Okay. Jared's happy. I got the thumbs up. Turn down some LEDs so nobody gets blinded. And we'll zoom in here as well so you can see the menu. We in focus? Everybody's good? Great. Okay. Super duper. All right. So let's look at our input routing. Where are we? Fader calibration. No, I'm in system. All right. Channels 9 through 16. Channel 9. Let's see. Channel 9 is powered off. I do not want... This is one thing I am. Okay, so Jonathan, you are right. You can actually route the returns to a track. So it looks like you can route the returns from both A1 and B1 to any track you want, because here it is in the routing menu. So return A being this unbalanced TA3 and return B being here. So you could record your returns if you wanted to. What else you got, Joey?
Corey Allen says that you're terrible. I think he was referencing your jokes.
It's true.
Danny Hollis, thank you for reprimanding Corey. And then Mickey asks, with the 888, could you send your analog and AES inputs out to the Dante network?
Yes. Yep. Yeah, with Dante, you can route anything to anywhere. So yeah, you can take your inputs, you can take your inputs in via analog and digital, and you can send them out via Dante, and you can take new stuff in via Dante and put them on your tracks. And you can route those things to your outputs. Dante's pretty flexible like that. It does help, at least on initial setup, to have a computer connected to your network. But it is entirely possible to do what you're asking, Mickey. Also, I'm going to get you, Corey Allen. I promise. We're good? Okay, great.
No more questions as of now.
No more questions. Fantastic. So listen, if you have any other questions, feel free to contact us at info@gothamsound.com. We will do our best to answer anything that you may have, whether it's about the 888, 833 Scorpio, any of the other products we carry, rentals, sales, whatever. If you want to talk about baseball, I like baseball a lot, so we can do that too. Yeah, so that's good. So I think we did it, right? We're good. We're wrapping it up. All right, awesome. So thank you so much for watching. Coming up soon, next Saturday, November 9th, 2019, in case anybody watches this next year, in Long Island City, we are having the Gotham Flea. It is not an infestation, or maybe it is an infestation of used gear. There will be a lot of people here, independent mixers coming and selling their wares, so it's a good opportunity to meet, greet, see if you see anything you like, or if you want to sell something you like, let us know, and you can also have a beer or two. And we got another question, yes?
We actually have a comment from Sound Devices. John Tatulis says, remember you can use the Dante with the 888 and Scorpio to link units.
Yeah.
So he just wanted to make sure that we reminded everybody.
True. Yeah, Dante links the world. So you can use Dante on 888 and Scorpio to link them to each other. You could link it to a computer. You could link it to a 970. You could link it to a Kantar. You could link it to something from Glen Sound. You get the picture. Dante is very, very flexible. Anything else?
Any wireless receivers that are Dante?
There are wireless receivers that are Dante. This is a little bit more of an involved question. Most of the wireless receivers that have Dante now are rack mount receivers. So I know that Shure has their system that has Dante in it. I believe Sennheiser has something that's Dante in it. The new Electrosonics D Squared is a half rack system. And that's 4 receivers that has Dante out on it. So yes, there are no small portable 2-channel, like your kind of slot receiver type things that have Dante at this time. We're good? Okay, back to the Gotham Flea. So if you're looking to either unload used gear or pick up a good deal of things, come to the Gotham Flea. Gotham is not acting as a middle person. We want people to come and trade stuff. So feel free to have fun and come on in. As always, you can visit our video archives at gothamsound.tv to watch this video and others. You can follow us on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and some social media platform to be made up later. And if you have any ideas or questions, please send them to info@gothamsound.com. And thanks for watching. Have a happy and safe Halloween.